Hey guys, Christiana here, and today I'm going to be using what we learned in last video, how to use a pneumatic cylinder with Arduino. So, I'm now going to be actually using the pneumatic cylinder to show you guys how to make a pretty simple lunging animated prop. First, if you don't know about how to use pneumatic cylinders or how to use them with Arduino, you can learn both of those things in the tutorial right up here at the top. So go watch that first if you haven't already watched it, or if you know how to do this, then just come and watch a build. So let's get into it, guys. So guys, right here I have, this might be a 8-foot board, maybe 8 or 9 foot board, and that's really all you're going to need for this project build. So I feel like a good height for our entire mechanism will be good right about here. So I'm just going to kind of make a mark with a screwdriver, and now we're just going to do that. And so now we're going to make our first cut, which is about probably a little bit a foot less. This is probably about 4.5 feet. So about 4.5 feet we're gonna cut.
I like to drill people's heads.
Okay guys, so I have a pretty long, maybe 1.5 foot piece that we're gonna cut. Then I have about 4 inches, 2 4-inches, and then about a 6-inch. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut those 4 pieces. And then also I have this about 1 foot or so board that I'm gonna use extra. Okay, so I've gone ahead and labeled the 2 shorter pieces, the 2 shorter, like 4-inch or so pieces, labeled them with an S for side. This 6-inch, about a little bit longer than the 2 4s, I labeled it T for top, and then this one's gonna go front. And you'll see what those mean in a minute.
So you're going to want to go ahead and put the 2 4-inch side pieces about 4 inches from the top. So as you can see, I measured about 4 inches from the top. It doesn't have to be perfect, but about 4 inches. Then put the longer 6 piece on top. Now you're going to drill only the side pieces. Do not drill into the middle piece yet. We will connect it to the middle piece later. Now you're going to want to lay the long board onto the ground, and you're going to be screwing it onto the 1 foot piece. When it's put upright, you're going to want to make sure that it is touching the ground, not the 1 foot board touching the ground, as you can see in this configuration. Now place a piece with 2 45-degree angles in it onto the board, the L board shape. Line it up so it's straight, and then push the U shape into it and screw that whole thing together very tight. This is what your completed stand should look like. You may need to put a sandbag at the bottom just to keep it from wobbling. Now we're going to take a 11/14 hole saw or spade bit and drill a hole straight through the 2x4 so we can stick our pneumatic cylinder through it. Now a pneumatic cylinder will be a little large, or the hole will be a little large, so I just found a great way to fix this was to just add some duct tape to almost act like Teflon tape around the cylinder. So just wrap a couple. I found about 4 wraps around was all I needed, but yours may differ depending on the cylinder you get. This video of me wrapping it, I have wrapped it way too many times, but like I said, about 3 to 4 wraps seems about good. I then added the push connector back into it, and also added some extra Teflon just to make sure it was super airtight, and used a wrench to tighten it very tight, and made sure the front one was also connected. I reconnected the tubes, then added some wire tacks just to clean up the tubes and make them easier to put into the solenoid. I duct taped the valve and solenoid to the 2x4, which actually turned out a lot better than I thought. As long as you wrap the duct tape around itself, it won't stick to the board very well, but it sticks to itself pretty good. The duct tape did work, but I ended up zip tying it for a much secure and more permanent fit. I then went ahead and brought out the foam head, connected it to a simple PVC body frame, then screwed it into the pre-tapped piston.
Okay guys, the build is done, and so we can connect our Arduino that we learned how to use in the last video to this, or just press the button in the back. Pretty freaky. Let's go put a mask on him.